Did you know some buildings are so old, they seem to remember things, even when the people inside them don't? A few years ago, at a research campus in northern Illinois, an intern named Liam Corbett, 22, began behaving strangely around an abandoned structure known as Building 46, a sealed-off facility that hadn't been used since the late 1970s. Liam was quiet, ordinary, the type of person who apologized when someone bumped into him. Yet he suddenly started asking questions no intern should ever know how to ask. He began sketching thin, twisting shapes on scrap paper, long vertical lines bending into strange curls at the ends. They looked like pipes, but they weren't from any system used in modern construction. Liam said he just liked the pattern, but whenever someone mentioned Building 46, he froze, like the name triggered something behind his eyes. Co-workers reported that Liam described the layout of the old building with eerie accuracy. The location of a narrow back corridor, the number of steps in a hidden stairwell, even the placement of heavy metal pipes behind the walls. But according to campus records, those exact details had never been published. That part of the facility had been sealed for decades, with most of its internal structure never digitized. One afternoon, while the rest of the team was at lunch, Liam wandered away from the main office without his phone, coat, or backpack. Security footage showed him walking calmly across the courtyard, as if following a sound no one else could hear. He headed straight toward the fenced perimeter around Building 46. The strange part? He approached the abandoned building from the only angle that would reveal a small gap in the rusted fence, a gap hidden behind an overgrown hedge, invisible unless you already knew it was there. By the time anyone noticed he was missing, Liam was already inside. When they found him an hour later, he was standing in the basement corridor, facing a long row of heavy iron pipes along the wall. He wasn't touching them. He was listening. His eyes were wide, unblinking. His head tilted slightly, like a child listening to a bedtime story. And he whispered something very quietly, almost in rhythm. Too many voices, only one is real. Security removed him gently, but Liam wasn't frightened. He kept insisting he needed to match the voices to the map. No one understood what that meant. The real shock came later, when maintenance staff began checking the basement pipes he had been staring at. Hidden behind a rusted panel, they found a sealed maintenance ledger from 1974, water-damaged, barely readable. Inside was a hand-drawn diagram of a Y-pipe system identical to the shapes Liam had covered his notebook with. Right down to the strange curls at the ends. When they showed the diagram to him, Liam went pale. He didn't claim he had seen it before. He didn't claim anything. He just whispered, almost apologetically, "I thought they stopped whispering in here." The research board decided to temporarily close Building 46 again. Staff avoided talking about what happened. But 2 nights later, campus security noted a door alarm from the same building. When they checked the cameras, they saw the basement door slowly swinging open on its own, long after the power systems had been shut down. Inside the doorway, for just a moment, the camera captured something faint, a thin line of condensation, rising from the pipes, drifting like breath in cold air. And then the footage cut to static. Liam stopped showing up at his internship after that. He filed for medical leave, then moved back home, refusing to speak about the building ever again, except once. During a follow-up call, he quietly asked his supervisor, "Did the pipes ever stop whispering, or are they still trying to finish the sentence?" No one knew how to answer. Because on some nights, according to the janitors, the basement door of Building 46 clicks softly, as if someone inside is tapping on the metal from the other side, trying to speak, but never finishing the words.